we believe in real-world evangelisation so that young people are not just changed for a day, but transformed for life.
When I was 16, a friend of mine asked me to do a video of a party for him, and I went along and filmed this party and made this video, and it got a lot of views, a lot of people saw it. At the time I didn't realise though that what these videos were doing was, it was really glorifying a drinking culture and objectifying women in a certain way. But at the time I didn't mind, you know, I was good at it and I liked doing it, it was fun.
I started going to Ignite Youth Group when I was 13, and I really enjoyed the whole environment, the atmosphere and the friends I met there. 13 can be a pretty confusing age, and I suppose I really appreciated the guidance that some of the youth leaders provided me with. It was just a really supportive environment.
For more than 25 years, the Emmanuel community has worked together with the Archdiocese of Brisbane to provide a dynamic outreach to young people. Today's world presents a constant challenge to faith, and we've got to make a corresponding response. It's not good enough to sit back and not do anything.
This is an age of social media, podcasts, blogs and contemporary music. Yeah, if we're not dedicated to speaking to young people in a language which they understand, then we're not really serious. Our dream is to spearhead a new evangelisation, new passion, new methods, new techniques, and paving a way for the church of the future.
One of the great things about Ignite Youth is that it offers life-changing mountaintop experiences of faith. A great example is the Ignite Conference, a national event where young people come from across Australia. They encounter Jesus Christ, they encounter the sacraments, they encounter dynamic worship, they're formed in their faith, and then they go back home and transform their local area. Another great event is the Ignite Summer Camp, where high schoolers come from Queensland and interstate to build strong relationships and to be strengthened in their faith for the year ahead.
When I was in Year 12, the campus minister of my school invited me to Ignite Conference, and I was a bit hesitant at first, but he pushed me and I ended up going. And on the Friday night was a night of adoration, and I'd never experienced anything like that before. My family's Catholic, so I'd known the Catholic faith my whole life, but that night of experiencing Jesus in that certain way just blew me away. And the next day was a workshop all about drinking culture, and it really made me question what I was doing, making these party videos that were glorifying a culture that was so obviously wrong. So from that point I knew that I had to change.
We're passionate about discipleship between these major mountaintop events. 3 ways that we do this. Ignite Live draws from the experience of the Ignite Conference rally and brings it to a regular local event where young people can come from across the region and be recharged in their faith. Ignite High is about high schoolers coming together and growing in their relationships, and through fellowship, growing in their faith. It also connects them in with young adult leaders who are able to mentor them not just through their faith journey, but also through their week-to-week life journey. But we want to go one step further than this. It's called Ignite Connect, and it's about meeting high schoolers locally and on their turf. And this could be anything from a dance class through to a small group meeting at a McDonald's.
There is a real crisis among young people in today's society. As counsellors, we're seeing issues that were once the exception now becoming the norm. Issues like self-harm, suicide, eating disorders, depression, and many other mental health issues. There is a real need to create opportunities for young people to have positive role models and mentors in their life so that they can get the help they need and prevent these things from happening.
About halfway through high school, I started going through a pretty rough time. I was making some pretty poor decisions that were impacting my life and the life of my friends and my family. I think at some point I chose to be open to one of my youth leaders and honest with her, and what I experienced was love and was her accepting me for who I was. And the thing that impacted me the most about this was that she had no obligation to love me, and it really started to soften my heart to God's love.
What I'm excited about is seeing the circle of mission complete and young people who have been on the journey finding their place, their life, their vocation in the church. It means young people stepping up, putting their faith into action in areas like service and leadership, and reaching out with the message of the gospel and impacting their generation.
Straight after Ignite conference, I really wanted to get involved in Ignite Youth, so I went along to their summer camp and I started making videos of young people in positive environments. From there, I got picked up by Morris Youth Ministry and other ministries around Brisbane, and I was making videos for God rather than my own ego.
Now what I do is I'm a campus minister, and that desire definitely came from my experience with that youth leader. The way she journeyed with me and showed me God's love is definitely what I want to be able to do for other young people.
I personally endorse Ignite Youth. They reach very effectively many thousands of young people all around the Church of Australia like none other. These people, they change lives.
This is not a time to be discouraged or downhearted. This is a time to be excited about what God is doing with His young people.
This is a time when we need new fire in the church, a new spark. One of the ways that can happen is Ignite Youth. It has my full support, and I invite you, indeed I urge you to support it too. Come along so that you can help the whole church to become a power of good news, a real spark in the whole society.